We have two senior colleagues here. The person that represented us in the court, who is the National Legal Advisor, Keidedu, that is here. You know him very, very well. And we also have the Deputy National Chairman, is also here. We are lucky to have him here. So the legal advisor will need to key. He doesn't want to read anything. He wants to speak directly to the matter. And three of us will now take any from the Q&A, whatever thing that is the fallout. I think that is the way so that they can come about. I already have a statement which most of you have, which is already out there in the studio. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to the Labour Party office. Mr. Edu.
Yeah.
Do we need to stand or do we give him that?
No, we stand up.
Okay.
Can I start?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me even go and sit down now. Let me go and sit down now. Since he's the only one thinking that. Okay. Yeah? Say one now, let me hear. Please, no distraction. We have started. We have started this meeting. Okay, come and stand here.
Gentlemen of the press, you are welcome to this press conference by the Labour Party. We are grateful that you have come here. This address is about what transpired in the Supreme Court today. First of all, we want to thank our Supreme Court. They have always been there, standing as the bastion of hope and entrenching democracy in Nigeria. And we are happy about what they have done. What they have done simply today is to say that every member of a political party must respect the decision of the party. Every member must respect the party supremacy. That decisions about leadership are decisions that are purely the internal affairs of a political party. And once a party has taken a decision, everybody should respect that decision. When we went to the Federal High Court, we only went to the Federal High Court against INEC to say that INEC should continue to accord the Labour Party every privilege that a political party should enjoy as a registered political party in Nigeria. But a group calling themselves the caretaker committee said they wanted to join and began to canvass issues of the leadership of the party. The Supreme Court today has said that there is no place for that in our democracy. That everybody should respect party supremacy. Once the party has taken a decision, everybody should respect that. So the Supreme Court now said, because of the mischief of the caretaker committee in introducing leadership matters into that suit is struck out that court needed not to have made statements concerning the leadership of the political party. The court also went ahead and said that the Court of Appeal, having said that it did not have jurisdiction to address the matter because there are matters pertaining to the internal affairs of political party, that Court of Appeal should have stopped at that and shouldn't have gone ahead to pronounce on leadership. I want to make it very clear that the Court of Appeal judgment in Labour Party versus Ebishene and two others decided on 13th November 2024 is still standing, is subsisting, and it is still binding. That judgment has not been appealed against. That judgment said that the leadership of the party rests on the National Executive Committee led by Barrister Julius. That judgment is still there. The Supreme Court today did not set aside that judgment. What the Supreme Court said was that the Court of Appeal, in the appeal filed by Nenadi, shouldn't have made any reference to anything concerning leadership. They should have just kept quiet. Since that court said it did not have jurisdiction, it should have not gone any further. But what we are saying is that what this means is that the leadership of this party is as it is and as it was before the filing of the suit at the trial court. And what is that position? The position is that this party has made a decision. Upon the expiration of the tenure, or even before that expiration of the tenure that commenced in 2019, the party organized a national convention where a new National Executive Committee of the party was elected. And that decision of the party, the Supreme Court has said today that that decision must be respected by every member of the party that coming to court to argue about leadership should stop. That parties should learn to operate within the confines of their constitution, of the electoral act, and the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we are happy for this program they have made. They have reaffirmed the supremacy of the party in decision making. That nobody should come to court and say, I'm supposed to be the leader, I am the leader, I'm caretaker or not. What this woman has said today is to put an end to all those shenanigans by anybody saying that he could impose his will on the party. Today, Labour Party is standing tall with the National Executive Committee elected on March 27, 2024. And we stand on that. And there is a judgment of the Court of Appeal that is still standing. There has been some misinformation, some fallacy about that judgment. That judgment was not before the Supreme Court. That judgment was not pronounced upon. The only thing that the Supreme Court said that the Court of Appeal should have kept quiet and not made reference to it. But that judgment is still there. It is valid. It is subsisting. It has not been appealed against, and we stand on it. We are happy about what has happened. The party is stronger, and we are extending an olive branch to all who may have some feelings of doubt. We are extending our olive branch to them to come and join hands with the party to move the party forward. The party has spoken. The party spoke loudly on March 27, 2024, elected a new leadership, which is standing today. And the court have said that everybody should respect that decision that the party has made and work with the party. And that if an officer is elected and the tenure expires, there must be an election to re-elect that leader if he so wishes, or to elect another person. Today, what we are standing on is that upon and before the expiration of the tenure created in 2019, a new tenure was created on March 27, 2024, which has elected the leadership of the party, which everybody should respect. And so nobody should be going to court any longer to say that I'm leader or not. Let everybody respect the decision of the party. We thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll take questions and clarifications. We have two senior colleagues here. The person that represented us in the court, who is the National Legal Advisor, Keidedu, that is here. You know him very, very well. And we also have the Deputy National Chairman, is also here. We are lucky to have him here. So the legal advisor will need to key, doesn't want to read anything, he wants to speak directly to the matter. And three of us will now take any from the Q&A, whatever thing that is the fallout. I think that is the way so that they can come up better. I already have a statement which most of you have, which is already out there in the studio. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to the Labour Party office. Mr. Edu.
Yeah.
Do we need to stand or do we give him that?
No, we stand up.
Okay.
Can I start?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me even go and sit down now. Let me go and sit down now, since he's the only one thinking that. Okay. Say one now, let me hear. Please, no distraction. We have started. We have started this meeting. Okay, come and stand here. There was nowhere they said that Julius Abure ceases to be the national chairman of Labour Party. And there is nowhere they say that the illegal National Caretaker Committee should take over the leadership of a Labour Party. In fact, the illegal National Caretaker Committee was not mentioned anywhere throughout the proceedings in the court today. So for people to go out there and be rejoicing over nothing, I don't know where to situate that. And we find out that a lot of people are even crying because they were misinformed. And that is why we came out to put things in the right perspective. Thank you. So this is the, you want to ask a question?
First of all, as to the first questions that you raised, there is nowhere, no, this court today never mentioned that Julius Abure's tenure expired. What the court said was that in political party administration, a person is elected for a term in office, and if that term expires, the person either bow out or seek re-election. That is pure and simple. It never mentioned Abure that the time of Abure has expired. He only talked about the constitution of every political party, prescribing the tenure of office of an elected officer. And if the tenure of office of an elected officer expires, that officer either steps aside or seeks re-election. That's in the context of what is happening in Labour Party today. Yes, the tenure created in 2019 extended for 1 year in 2023, elapsed in 2024, but before that efflution of time, a new national convention held and a new national executive committee, council, was elected. Some of the officers were re-elected, some new officers came in. So it is not true that the court said the tenure of Abure expired. Look at that judgment. If you have it, it never mentioned tenure of Abure expiring. It's a general advice to all political parties that officers are elected for a term in office. When that term expires, the person actually either bow out or seek re-election. And that is the position. Today in Labour Party, yes, the tenure created in 2019 extended for 1 year in 2023, elapsed in 2024, but before that expiration, a new convention held, and that convention created a 4-year tenure, and that 4-year tenure is still running. It is upon the efflution of time of that tenure that a new convention can hold. Now, as to the second question, the cross appeal was said to be of no moment because it was based on this issue of leadership. And the court said it did. Now, what the Supreme Court is telling all political parties is that resolve the issue of leadership internally. Resolve it, and everybody should respect that. Don't come to court to ask us for a pronouncement on the leadership of your party. Decide it on your own. That is what the Supreme Court has just said. So, and that is the reason why that cross appeal, emphasizing the leadership, was said to be of no moment. So pure and simple. It has nothing to do with the tenure created on March 27, 2024. The Supreme Court even actually, by their statement today, said everybody should respect party supremacy. And whatever decision the party has taken should be respected by all and sundry if you remain a member of that party. Now, what we are saying is that today, nobody has recognized, no court, no INEC, no regulatory authority has recognized the so-called caretaker committee. It doesn't have any place in the constitution of the party. And the Supreme Court said today that the constitution should be the document that should guide any political party in its operations. And no caretaker committee was mentioned in the constitution. How will they come in? There is no way for them. Because the party has said, respect your constitution, respect due process, respect the processes of the party, respect your congresses and conventions. That is what the Supreme Court has said. So this issue of caretaker committee, they are nowhere. And that is the truth. So don't be deceived. Don't let anybody make statements deceiving the public. The reason the Court of Appeal struck out the cross appeal was that it is about leadership, which the court said we are not going to talk about. And the reason it allowed the appeal was because the appeal said leadership is the internal affairs of political party. The Supreme Court agreed with them that leadership is about the internal affairs of political party. It is not strange. That is what the Supreme Court has been doing in the finest tradition of apex courts all over the world. The finest tradition is to allow democracy to grow, to allow political parties to flourish on their own by their internal mechanism, not by the court intervening. The court said nobody should seek the intervention of the courts any longer. Let democracy grow. Let multi-party democracy, let it flourish on its own. Now, we are talking about a party that has taken a decision. The Supreme Court said, respect the decision of the party. Respect the mechanism of the party. Respect your congresses and convention. If anybody is elected for a term of years and that term expires, a new congress must be held or convention. And if that person wants to seek re-election, so be it. So it is not true that the Supreme Court said the tenure of Abure expired. If the tenure that Abure last run to in 2021, which was to complete the term of Salam. If that tenure was expiring in June 2024, before that expiration, a convention held in March 27, and they re-elected him, and elected him as the national chairman of the. And other officers were also elected, and that is still standing, and that's where we stand.
That matters of leadership of any political party rest on the member of the party. And when we are talking about the party, who is the party? The party is the constitution of the party. And in the constitution of the party, you have the ward executive, you have the local government executive, you have the state executive, you have the national working committee, you have the national executive committee, and you have the national convention. This is what the party is all about. The people that are running about, they should tell you which one did they belong to in all of this. In their ward, they are not even known. They are not members. They came to come and support somebody that we accepted into the party. And they are being used by God knows who to come and scatter the process that Nigerians are looking forward to for a new Nigeria. That is exactly the script they are playing. But unfortunately, they have failed. The neck of this party takes decision for the ratification of National Convention. And that is what the Supreme Court today have asked us to continue to do. When the neck of this party speaks, the only body that can query that decision is the National Convention. And the neck of this party, came together in their large number to the Nenadi Convention. Some elected officials, about 70% of them, both at state and federal level, were there at the Nenadi Convention. All right? The NWC members were there in the convention.
Where do we go from?
So where do we go from here? The decision of the party is clear.
Okay, maybe the National League will throw a little light on it.
Well,
wait 1 minute. Let that.
As to the question, where do we go from here? The party is going nowhere. The party remains where the party is. The party remains strong and steadfast. We have a leadership and we stand by it. It is those other people who say they are disgruntled that we will extend the adoptive branch to them. They can come into the house. We are not going to victimize anybody. We are not going to, because as a political party, we need everybody. Whether they have been misled, whether they have made mistakes, to err is human, and to forgive is divine. We forgive all of them for the mistakes they have made, and we are ready to work them back. The party stands, and the court has said that party supremacy must be maintained at all times. The party has said that there is an elected leadership of this party who have a tenure running from that March 27, 2024 until March 26, 2028. And that is where we are. That is where we stand. We are not shifting ground. It is those who are disgruntled that should come into the party, and they will be accommodated.
Thank you. That will be it. Thank you so much.